guys, and welcome back to the channel. Well, today I'm going to be working on my little project here. I'm going to be sanding and colouring and staining this old chest that I bought at a second-hand shop, and hopefully when it's finished it's going to match the colours and the wood and the rest of the van. I'm going to use it for a seat and I'm going to use it for storage, so hopefully it'll come up pretty good. But I've got a bit of sanding to do, strip back some of the old varnish, and then I can start applying the varnish and the new stain. So got a little bit to do. It's quite enjoyable recycling wood. In fact, recycling any old furniture. All you need to do is spend the time, really. Take the time and use a bit of product, and with a bit of tender loving care, often it'll come right back to when it was brand new. I don't particularly want to bring this back to brand new. I want it to look like an old used pirate chest. So I don't really want to restore it back to when it was brand new. I still want it to look a little bit rough, a little bit rustic. So I'm going to leave some of the scratches, some of the marks and the dents. I'm going to leave all those in there because you never know. Maybe this pirate chest was sitting on the bottom of the ocean for a while. Maybe it was buried on a desert island somewhere. We don't know. Probably never was. It's well, obviously it's not a real pirate's chest. But you know, hopefully it will resemble a pirate's chest when I've finished it and put it in the van. I've taken all the metal bits off it, the metal handles, the rings, and the metal brackets that go around the corner. I've taken all those off. I've started to sand all those down and clean them up, so they're going to be resprayed, repainted, so I'll do that. But first job is to get this sanded down and get some nice stain and some nice colour onto here. But it's an interesting shop, that. Full of second-hand bits and pieces, bric-a-brac, second-hand furniture, knick-knacks, all sorts of things that people don't want anymore. So I quite enjoy a good old treasure hunt sometimes, heading around some of those old shops and just seeing what people have put there and disregarded. What is one man's rubbish is another man's treasure. It's an old saying, isn't it? But anyway, I was reminded of a friend of mine who worked in a bank. His name was Mr. Wack, W-A-C-K, Wack, and his first name was Paddy. He was from Ireland, obviously, a good old Irish family. His name was Paddy Wack, and he worked in a bank. And one day Paddy Wack was out the front of the bank, and he looked towards the front door, and there was a frog. The frog came hopping and bouncing in to the bank, the front door of the bank. Paddy Wack thought, well, this is a little bit different. Haven't seen a frog come into the bank before. So he went over to the frog and he knelt down and he says, "Good morning, Mr. Frog. What can I do for you today?" And the frog looked up at him and said, "Well, I'd like a loan, please. I want to buy a house." And Paddy Wack said, "Well, okay, we've never had a frog come into the bank asking for a loan before, but I guess I'll have to check with the manager." The frog said, "Yeah, that'd be great, thanks, if you can." So Paddy Wack headed out the back, knocked on the manager's door. Manager said, "Come in." He says, "What's up, Paddy Wack?" He says, "Well, we got a frog in the bank and the frog wants a loan." So the manager said, "Well, go out there, Paddy Wack, and ask him if he's got any collateral. Okay, has he got something he can guarantee the loan with? He'll have to have some collateral." So Paddy Wack heads back to the main foyer of the bank. Says to the frog, "Well, the manager seems open to the idea, Mr. Frog, but he needs to know if you've got any collateral." So the frog reaches in his pocket and he brings out a little glass cup holder, a little placemat, a glass cup holder with a New Zealand flag printed on the top of it. little wee glass cup holder. And the frog gives it to Paddywhack and says, this is the most valuable thing that our family has. It's the most valuable thing we have. Can we use it for collateral, please? Paddywhack says, well, I'll take it and I'll show the bank manager and we'll see what he says. So Paddywhack grabs the little glass cup holder, and he goes out to the bank to see the manager. Manager says, well, what did he say? Has he got any collateral? Paddywhack says, well, he's got this, and he puts it on the manager's desk. And the manager looks at it. Paddywhack says, do you know what it is? The manager looks at it and says, it's a knick-knack, Paddywhack. Give the frog a loan. Now I've taken off these side brackets that go around the corners of the chest. I guess originally these kind of things were designed to give the chest more strength when it's full of jewels or gold or extra things that are heavy. But in this instance I think it's probably more cosmetic, but it does make it look like a pirate's chest. So I've sanded these down to the metal, and I'm going to spray them with a rust kill primer, a black rust kill primer. Then I'm going to spray paint them black. Quite a bit of work there. Now I've also got these metal loops and rings, and they bolt in around the cabinet too. I guess these would have been used to hoist up the cabinet when it's full of gold bars or something really heavy. You need to put the hooks and the chains in here to actually hoist up the cabinet if it's very, very heavy. Again, I think they're more cosmetic, but they are metal and they do make it look quite authentic, like a proper chest. Okay, well, it's time for the moment of truth. Let's have a look at the final product, see how it looks inside the van. Well, there it is, and it looks just gorgeous. I really love it. Even standing outside the van, you can see that it sort of resembles a chest or a pirate's chest, and just matches the theme of the van. Just beautiful. And of course it is great for storage. I've got all my tea, coffee making and cooking facilities in there, mainly my tea and coffee facilities. So I stop when I'm on a trip. Everything is easy to get at, easy to get out. Everything's at my fingertips. I can use it as a seat. It makes a great coffee table. Okay, also very important is how I make up the bed. I put a cloth on top of the cabinet to protect it, slide it into position, and then pull out the extendable bed. So that sits on top of the cabinet like that. And then the extra squab just fits into there, and then I sleep along that way, or two people can sleep along that way. So it supports the extended bed just perfectly. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I was so lucky finding this treasure chest. It is a real treasure. I tell you, I'm really going to use it and enjoy it. And I hope you enjoyed watching the little project. If you enjoyed the video, if you like to see people playing around with vans, enjoying their vans and going camping, my next video I'm going on a camping trip. Going to stay by a beautiful lake, one of my favorite little getaway spots. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to hit the road in the Buccaneer which will be fun. Hopefully I'll be joined up with a few other vanners as well. Probably past customers and friends, so that would be really nice. Looking forward to that. So that's the next video. So hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon so you don't miss any more of my fantastic little videos. See you later everyone. Keep safe. Ciao.